William Scott was born in Greenock, Scotland to Irish and Scottish parents. He studied first at Belfast College of Art and later at the Royal Academy, where he shared accommodation with the poet Dylan Thomas. After completing his studies, Scott lived in France for several years, developing a lifelong kinship with French still life painting. Chardin was particularly interesting to the artist during this period. Later he would become more influenced by Braque. Alongside French still life painting, Scott drew inspiration from prehistoric art and the untrained art of children. The artist spent his adult life living in both London and Somerset. He was also a frequent visitor to the Cornwall, where he connected with artists of the St. Ives school and was particularly fond of the fishing village of Mousehole, which is depicted in his work. In 1953, Scott traveled to New York, becoming one of the first British artists to meet the abstract expressionists, including Jackson Pollock and Willem de Kooning. Scott produced some landscapes and nudes but painted still life work for his entire career. His work often bridged the gap between representation and abstraction. Elements such as scale developed with his compositions becoming larger and the surface of the painting more labored and worked. Public collections representing Scott's work include Tate Gallery, Fitzwilliam Museum, Sherwood Foundation and the Guggenheim Museum, New York. His work was formerly part of the private art collection of David Bowie. He died in 1989.